You are live. My goodness, how exciting is this? It's Friday. It's the weekend, the 4th of July weekend, the humor happy hour. There's nothing but fun to talk about. I want to all to join me today if you can. It's join. I always forget what it is. It's my own place. It's it's where is it? There it is. Boom, there it is. Get in your joinraylive.com. I know the link works because we've got a guest already waiting in the green room. We got a green room here in our little StreamYard live right here. And I thought today might be a great day just to talk about maybe some of the worst jobs you've had, things where things just didn't go right, or maybe jobs that you've heard that were awful. And we'll start there and see where this thing leads us, because this is all about fun. There's nothing downbeat or to get stuck on over here. I'm excited to be here. And we got Alan French in the back room here. Alan, I'm going to bring you on board here.
Okay, thanks, Ray.
Welcome to the happy hour. It's 4:00 Pacific, which means it's probably not even. It's like 1:00 in Hawaii. But you're a West Coast guy, right?
I am. I'm in Mountain View.
Okay, Mountain View. Very nice. Near the rocket ship that is Apple?
Not too far. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 miles. Yeah.
For people that don't know, Apple built this entire building. It looks like some sort of spaceship landed. It's a circular thing that is out there. We got some people looking in at us on there. Leave a comment there. We got Chris O'Donnell from Ireland, of all places. He is a award-winning and medal-winning Special Olympian. He kind of comes in and joins us, and he says hello. So hello, Chris. Good to have you out there. Alan, what was the worst job you ever had?
Well, I guess one of them was doing the janitorial service at the student union building when I was in university.
Okay.
I'm not much of a manual laborer. I'm an accountant, a financial analyst, looking to become a data analyst in the near future, and I'm not particularly fond of doing housework, whether it's my own house or whether it's an office. But I had a coworker who did that as one of his, not a coworker, a roommate who was a student there who worked at the student union and said, "Hey, we need, another janitor for our crew. You want to come help?" And I worked for either 1 or 2 days and said, "I don't like doing this." That's it. That's certainly my shortest job.
Yeah. I had a job for half a day one time, and we were selling this is how long ago it was. We were selling rolls of free film as long as you bought the developing services. And they wanted us to sell a bunch of these things, and they offered all this money, and we were so excited. And my friend Steve in high school, we went in and we started doing this for half a day. And I started reading it as if I was Disturbed, because they had a script, or if I was a cartoon guy. And I sold a couple, and I was like, "Oh my God!" But then we went to lunch, Steve, and we met Julie Curley at lunch, who was a woman we both went to high school with, and she said, "Oh yeah, I did it for a week, and they promised all this money and all this great thing, but you have to sell a certain amount." And I'd sold more than anybody else, but I wasn't anywhere near what you had to do to sell that. So that was it. Half a day we were gone. And my friend Steve wound up winning a Pulitzer Prize. So I like to see that I pushed him away from a life of sales into something more creative, which got him a Pulitzer Prize. So I think that's fantastic. Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah.
The worst job I've ever heard of, a guy who I used to work in a hamburger joint, and the manager told me about when he was a little kid, or not when a little kid, he was a teenager. Mike Rivera's in the house. Good to see you, Mike. But so what he had to do, he worked for a septic tank company, and they dug down to the septic tank, and then one of the crew had to go down there and pop the lid. and he was the youngest guy in the crew, so he was the lid popper. And that was his job for an entire summer. And I can't think of a worse one than that. I stopped looking after that because that was the worst one I'd ever heard.
Yeah.
If you had a horrible job, put it in the comments, and we'll see. Mike Rivera, I bet you've got some horrible jobs out there over your time working your way to becoming America's Funniest Teacher. 3 times by ABC, Mike Rivera, America's Funniest Teacher. I think it was 3 times. If it's not, it's 3 now. We just gave you another one, Mike. So there you go. That's fantastic. Yeah. So the I think I was never a janitor. I was a dishwasher in college. Also in college, I had the job. I assisted the X-ray technician, and she was about 97 years old. And what would happen is people would come in, like there was a guy that had a separated shoulder, and to take the X-ray, what they did is they gave you weights in each hand, and they held them there. And what would happen is it would pull the affected shoulder down a little bit, so they could see on the X-ray that it was down there. But it hurt like hell, and you had to put the weights in your hand and move back to the X-ray machine to take the X-ray. This is, old school, like, 20, 30, 40 years ago, probably. And she moved like molasses because she was like 103. So you'd hear these screams. And anytime I saw a separated shoulder coming in, you would hear the screams. And my job was to develop the X-ray. So there are a lot of comedians that wound up teaching traffic school. I did that. Mike Rivera also did that. I know a lot of people that did that. I had, have you ever heard of, the guy who wrote Don Novello wrote the book, who was Father Guido Sarducci on Saturday Night Live, but he wrote a lot of books, a lot of email or real mails to companies, and he posted the mail he sent and the reply he got. Laszlo's letters, I think is what it's called. Have you ever heard of that, Alan?
No, I haven't. Sounds like an interesting avenue.
Yeah, he complains about things, and he takes the letters that they send back to him, and he made a book out of it. It's really funny. But I had him in traffic school one time. He was kind of totally undercover because nobody knew who he was. I had the lead singer for Metallica in traffic school, and he was funny. He was actually funny. Don Novello didn't say much, but James Hetfield said quite a bit in traffic school. But yeah, there's all kinds of worse jobs. I remember a comic named Mike Meehan used to talk about how the worst way he saw a guy get fired was they were going out to a break. They had a meeting and they were going off to the break and heading toward the break room. And the boss told this guy, he said, hey, everybody have a great break. Mike, don't go in there. That's for employees only. We need to talk. So that's how yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So how'd your week go this week, Alan?
Okay. By the way, before I forget, I was actually intending to be here last week, but I went shopping. Whenever I go shopping, I'm out more hours than I expect. And of course, this is at 4:00, which is still kind of midday for this area. So I intended to, but this time I made it.
Well, I'm going to give you a slide on that because in my eyes, what you did, Alan, is you did all you could to keep the economy moving forward. And I appreciate that.
I did, yes. Let's see. So this week, not really a whole lot. I'm still staying home a lot. I've got an elderly mother, and I just mostly stay. I have enough to keep myself busy with my computer.
Nice.
And I've got so many different meetup groups that I'm part of, and I want to put some more effort into building my LinkedIn profile.
Oh, okay.
And I'm taking some online classes. So I don't have any difficulty finding things to do at home.
Did you see the episode where my mom showed up here?
No.
Oh man, it was.
How long have you been doing the?
I think this is
Friday session.
the fourth one, I think.
Okay.
We've done it. My sister chimed in that her husband worked for a termite abatement company, and you had to take a written test to get the job. He scored the highest anyone ever had on the test. So his bosses thought, if you're that bright, you're the guy that should go under the houses and spray the poison. So he quit. But my mom came on and stole the show. She's 92 years old, and she kind of was sitting there making comments. Anything I said, she had a judgment on it, which was nice. And she said, "Oh, well, that one wasn't very good. I think you should work a little harder on that." And but she was a hoot. To quote Johnny Steele, she was a hoot. And it was really fun to have her on. There were two people that were going to come on that day, but they didn't come on because I couldn't interrupt this. Your mom was on fire. But it was great. It was great. Yeah. How old's your mom, Alan?
83.
83. So my mom's been around the block a couple more times than yours, I think.
Yeah. I think a little younger than you are.
Yeah,
I am.
That won't get you on next time, Alan, by saying things like that. That's okay. That's okay. Other questions?
But I don't purport to be funny. In fact, I'm kind of I have lots of friends who are funny, but I'm generally not a funny person. One of my little catchphrases, especially with my mom, she'll try to say something funny. I'll say, humor is not required.
Here's the kicker about humor and why it's not like a mythical beast like a unicorn. It's something that anybody can learn how to get better at. It's a process, just like anything else. You have to follow the steps to make laughter happen. But at work, like in your work, if you and I work together and you were funnier than me, 84% of the people at your job would think that you're doing a better job than me, even if that wasn't true, just from the fact that you're funnier. And the great thing about humor and why you should use it to get ahead in this world is that it's free and it creates more productivity in the workplace. It raises you up. It raises you up 31% more productive by people that use humor in the workplace. If you try it and you fail, you're viewed almost at the same level as someone who's truly funny. And these are studies from Stanford and the London Business School. Harvard is where one of these numbers. SHRM has a lot of these things. I don't remember exactly where they come from. If you wanna find out, shoot me a line and I'll send you the names of the studies. I got them somewhere, but just off the top of my head. But yeah, it's fabulous. It is the number one instant rapport builder and likability. It's the backbone of rapport and likability and trust. And if you can do it, it reaps benefits for you. Even if you can't do it, as long as you try, you're looked at as a more productive individual. Isn't that crazy?
Well, yeah, kind of. In a way, it makes sense. It's just you're likable. I mean, if you seem warm and approachable as opposed to.
I think I'm blushing here. That's awful nice of you to say that. That's fantastic. Romance now.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess humor comes maybe more naturally to some people, but I think people not being overly serious makes them more approachable.
Well, you can.
I don't know how to. I'm trying to think of an example in real life or whatever. But although I myself don't consider myself, I'm an accountant, data analyst, computer nerd, and that's what I enjoy. And I have a friend who says I like to make love to my computer.
Well, and that makes you. What's wonderful about that makes my eyes light up when I hear that, Alan, is that shows me that you are a potential future client. right? Because it's something that when I developed the thing I have that I call the humor algorithm, it's a step-by-step process that teaches people who are like accountants, who love ones and zeros and talking to the computers more than they like the human interaction that goes with it. It shows you that step-by-step process. And the number one thing that you can start to kind of see the light of fun with humor is most humor is based on what I call a two-way option, which is also called a phonetic ambiguity. It's a word or an action that can be misinterpreted in two different ways. And the best example I can think of right now, the Geico commercials, where they have, we just bought a house, but we have ant problems. And they back out and there's middle-aged women going through the house going, oh, look, this mayonnaise is expired. Joey, stop slouching. So it's A-U-N-T instead of A-N-T. And if you look for those two-way options in life, you will see more funny things. The other side of it, Alan, is watch funny people and you will become funnier. These are two quick, easy, free things that you can do to make that happen, because it's no magic. And you can see the difference in human beings. Like if you go out, and like when people used to go out all the time, and you show up and people go to a bar or something like that. If somebody approached someone and the other person got creeped out, what they would do is they would draw back, they'd lean back a little bit, and you drop your chin. And the reason you drop your chin when you're a little bit creeped out is that you are hardwired to do this from caveman days, because this is the most vulnerable area of your body. And so you protect it when somebody annoys you or creeps you out. You can see it. The eyes furrow, and you look at people through the top half of your eye socket, and you tuck your chin. Well, what happens when you laugh? You throw your head back. Right. What laughter is instant rapport and instant trust. If I throw my head back, I'm saying, look, Alan, you can kill me. Go ahead. There it is. I feel safe around you. And so it's the backbone of rapport and trust. So there's a little basis of humor right for you guys on this fine Friday afternoon, Independence Day. Independence.
Hey, Ray, I gotta step away for a minute.
All right, I'll be here.
Be here. You can chat with the other guys.
Okay, I'll move you back down for a second, and we'll have you back when you come back in here. Let's not tell Alan that what we're going to do. No, I can't. I don't have a prank thing to play. But if you have a good prank that we could play on Alan when he comes back, go ahead and put it in the what do you call it? The comments right there. What else? I have two children now. I have two cats. I have Lola and Tucker are their names. And when I went in to go pick them up, I don't think that they were ready to have me. I went with my friend Jody because I knew if I didn't bring somebody down there, I'd go down there and I wouldn't adopt a cat because I'm home now. So why not have these little creatures going around? But they told me that the last owners of Tucker and Lola, the owner died. And my first response was, did the cats do it? And this woman tried to explain to me how she didn't think that the cats did it. But since Tucker's tried to kill me twice, he's tripped me up twice, once on the stairs, both times when I'm trying to feed him right there. But okay, so that's everybody. Look at the comments, and I wonder if I can mute. Well, I guess I can't mute him. Edit his mic settings. Edit his name. I could ban him from the studio. That would be a hoot. But we'll say the word Jello. And if you hear the word Jello, go crazy wherever you are. My sister says, sick the mountain lion on him. That darn mountain lion in Petaluma is not far from my house, was not far from my house. I saw the description of where it was. And I go, man, that's got to be within half a mile of where I am, because it's southern eastern part of it. And I'm right smack south of Corona Road. And if you saw the mountain lion, come on in. Let me know what you saw. But Tucker's kind of like a mountain lion. He kind of is a big cat, although I'm sure he wouldn't look big compared to the mountain lion. But what I somebody posted and said, here's a mountain lion searching for a mate in a house in a house in Petaluma. And I typed in there, I said, well, I wonder how many video cameras had me out wandering around searching for a mate. I wasn't looking for a mountain lion, but I was looking for a cougar. But that's another story. Get it? See? Play on words. There we go. All right. So we got Chris O'Donnell is in Ireland, which is good. You had some. When is the Chris? Put in the chat when your Olympics are, and we'll keep an eye out for you and what your specialty is. That would be awesome. Because then we can follow you. Because he's really good. He's like won gold medals and silver medals and bronze medals. I can't even, get a medal for. I can get a participation trophy. Oh, I thought I saw Alan. He's almost back. He's almost ready to back. Let's pause just for a moment for iced tea from Santa Cruz with Mike Rivera. Mike, fill in the words. So Mike is down visiting another great comedian from back in the day, Fred Reese. And I saw a picture of him let me add Alan back to the stream here. And I saw a picture of Mike talking to Fred in the hospital. And I'm pretty sure that what was on the tray was Jell-O. It got me, that thought of Jell-O. Right there. Jell-O's a funny word. What's your least favorite Jell-O, Alan?
Probably the red. Green is my favorite color, so maybe red Jell-O, cherry Jell-O.
So you don't like to eat the green?
I'm sorry. I like the green.
You like the green?
If I had to pick a Jell-O to criticize, it would be the red one.
Now, did you stop eating Jell-O to protest Bill Cosby?
No. He was more of a pudding, those Jell-O brand, but I think he was more of a pudding person.
Yes, he was. That is
gelatin pudding.
Absolutely.
And I like pudding. Although I don't care if Billy Cosby is promoting it or not.
So Chris O'Donnell, the next games are in Germany next year for all of you following the Special Olympics. And he has to see if he's going to be picked. He does soccer, basketball, and bowling. So keep an eye out for the man from Ireland, Chris O'Donnell. Very cool. And what do you got planned for this weekend? You going to do some barbecuing,
Alan? Probably. I don't know about barbecue. I did buy some hamburger meat yesterday at Sprouts. Picked up, they have regular meat, but they've also got some burgers that are, where they've mixed in, cheddar and onion or several different varieties where they've added something in the meat ahead, and formed it into a patty. So for those of us that are too lazy to make our own burger patties, you don't have to.
So that would be
you just have to cook it.
So if you're the kind of person that gets the pre-mixed patty with the extra stuff in it because you can't put onion and cheddar on top of it, you're probably the same kind of person that has an electric skateboard. Right? Because skateboards are supposed to be ridden with people who are really skinny with scarred up knees and long hair, and they wear the little cap thing right there. But I saw a guy going uphill in San Francisco on a skateboard, and he was a fat guy. I'm a fat guy, so I can say that. But he was a fat guy going uphill, and I thought, man, America does everything to make everything lazier. And for some reason, that the fat guy going up a hill on a skateboard, that was my first kind of episode with Get Off My Lawn. I just wanted to tell people to get off my lawn. I wanted to stand in the middle of a yard with the robe open and a hose, yelling, people, get off my lawn, and just screaming at people, because that thing really bothered me. I don't know why, but it did.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we already know what's on the grill. Now, you know what doesn't grill very well, Alan?
What?
Jell-O.
Jell-O. Yes.
Yeah. It just it seeps right through the grill. Even Jell-O shots, the plastic melts and it goes straight on the grill.
Yeah.
You can see our audience.
We might actually run the grill. We'll see. We do have We do have a grill.
Right now, they'll be going crazy with the Jello references because America loves Jello.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And I know there's two people entertained by Jello right now, Mike Rivera and I. Yes, sir. Well, any other big plans coming up?
Not really. I last year I did what do you call that? The damn part that I can't remember the name of. The compressor for my air conditioner of my car has not worked well for the last couple of years, and so every year I said, well, recharge it. I'll get as much of a charge as I can out of it, but I know I got to replace the compressor, but it's expensive. And then last year, summer, I did very little driving, and then I realized recently, now I'm doing more. Still not doing much driving, but more than I did last year. I thought, do I want to spend I think it'd be like $2,000 or something for the whole job to replace the compressor and whatever else goes with it to service my air conditioner. And I'm debating, well, should I, shouldn't I? I might do that in the near future. I have to get an oil change. I'm thinking, well, can I get an oil change in the air compressor?
If anybody out there is willing to do Alan French's air compressor for less than $2,000, go to joinraylive.com. Let's do some business right here on here. We can have people come in and start bidding on your air compressor.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a service we'll provide. We'll kind of become like it's not like Craigslist, but it's something else like that where Amy's list, or everybody's got a list. Even Santa
more like eBay, I guess. Like the auction portion of eBay.
Yeah.
Anybody I definitely need to get an oil change soon, and I may or may not do the compressor this year because I don't do a lot of driving right now, and I'm out of work, so it's a lot of money to spend for something I'm not using a lot, but definitely nice to have when you need it or want it. But at least I'm not in Oregon or Washington right now. Well, relatively cool California.
Yeah. You could hire somebody who's a little bit cold just to breathe on you while they drove around in your car.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of a cool thing. Yeah, I would love somebody here to say, hey, you know what? I'll change the oil and do the air compressor for $1,900. Sold right there. Yeah. This is like QV Ray, not QVC, but QV Ray. Get remarkable results, remarkable deals. Somewhere over the range.
Remarkable.
Yeah, remarkable. Let's do it.
I've got a friend who, well, not a friend, an acquaintance.
You don't have a friend, Alan. You have a friend.
I have lots of friends, but
Alan, we have a bromance going on right now. So
that's true.
You're okay. You got lots of friends. All right.
I got lots of friends, but they're not all remarkable.
Alan, you just can't. You just punched your ticket for next week. You're on.
This lady I know, her name is Kate, and she is a data scientist, and she calls her website Datacated.
Oh, Datacated. Very nice. That is like a female scientist version of a dad joke.
Yeah,
I love that. That is fantastic. Datacated. Yeah, bring her on next week. We'll talk to her as well. We'll talk about names of businesses that got you to buy. There's a place in what is it called? Well, Rohnert Park, which is a city right north of where I am. And for years, I drove by this place, and it's the name of the business was Smoking Bowls. And I thought it was just some like pot shop or head shop or something like that. Well, no, they sell like bowls full of French fries with great toppings. And it's one of the best little hole in the wall restaurants that's up there in Rohnert Park and Katati. and it is just fantastic. And I missed out like 5 years of eating food from there, which probably will keep me alive an extra year. But it's fantastic. They've got like they make their own souped up version of In-N-Out. What are they called? The fries that are
French fries,
but not the French fries, but the ones that they put the stuff on. I'm starting to lose my mind.
Oh.
Animal fries, animal style fries, and they've got a souped up version of that, which is fantastic. I wish I could show that, but I can't. So Chris O'Donnell just sent me a pic of his gold medal in China for football in 2007. How many of you have won a gold medal out there? Mike Rivera, have you won a gold medal? I know that Good Morning America named you America's Funniest Teacher a couple times, but do you have a gold medal? No, I don't have a gold medal. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Alan, do you have a gold medal?
No. I got a gold coin. I got a Krugerrand somewhere.
Oh my God! So the best. You ever do a white elephant party for Christmas?
I've been to them. I haven't hosted one, but yeah.
There was a limit. This is years and years ago. The limit was $25, and I went a little bit older. Mike Rivera's gold medal flower. I like that. I went a little bit older. For $28. I bought this gift, and I thought as soon as I wrapped it up and I put it on the table, I was like, I don't think that I should give this. I'm going to try and get it back. I just had a feeling I wanted to get it back. And it got down to the last person right before me who stole it for the third time. I gave for $28. I bought a Krugerrand, and I gave it at a white elephant party, when I was like 30 years old. Now that Krugerrand is worth like $1,500, whatever the price of gold is right there. So it was the best and worst gift that I have. What I usually give now is I give. I still have signed copies of my headshot when I had like the comb over hair, the long blonde hair. I give away those and sign those for those. That's what I give away. All right, so it is a little bit past 4:30 right now, and I'm about to end this broadcast unless somebody else wants to come on. I've got another client coming up in half an hour, and we'll be talking to them for a while. But on July 7th,
see that, Chris.
Come on out to West Side Stories, and that will be my first live appearance on stage, and I'm looking forward to it. It is sold out, but if you show up and hang around, a lot of times you can get in. I'll try and sneak you in the back. It's at the Hotel Petaluma. But the Picornis are putting it on, and so Mike Rivera knows them, Dave Picorni and Juliet. They also have the Wicked Slush in town, which is a fantastic place to go and get a refreshment in these hot summer days.
Yeah.
So leave your comments, send me a line. Mike Rivera, I should put something up here. We should talk, and I will either send it to you. I'll just put it up here. Anybody else wants to talk and ask questions? Here is a link to my calendar, and just put yourself in my calendar. There it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm running
I
around.
noticed I don't have the chat log thing. I guess I should probably do a login sign up thing on this. Because I noticed you got Chris and Mike and so forth. There's little posts here.
Oh yeah,
you have to log in to do that.
It's just I don't think I don't know if you could send me a private thing. I think you see the comments. I think you could post a comment if you wanted to.
Okay. Oh well, if I did. Okay, hold on here. Test.
That's in the private chat. Click the comment part.
And there's some destinations won't get comments. Learn more.
Okay.
After these.
Mike, say hi to Fred for me.
Yeah.
Have a good one. He's flying back to Florida. So I got your test in the private chat, but it's in the comments. That I think you can put it in there if you can, but if not, we'll figure it out.
I'll have to explore with it more next time.
Yep, we'll figure it out next week. Hey, Alan, thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully, Chris and Mike, thanks for chiming in, and my sister for telling the story about her husband's horrible job. And I'll look forward to seeing you all next week. I'm doing this every week just to have some fun, get the weekend started off right. If you want to be a guest, just write that down, joinraylive.com 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, which would probably make it 1 o'clock Hawaii time if you want to join there. And to quote George Carlin, and in Baltimore, it's 8:42, time for the 11 o'clock news. All right. Thanks, everybody. And I will see you all next week. Bye.